You know when you are driving down the street and looking at the buildings? Well, you just might see one of mine someday, because when I get older, I'm going to be an architect. Career details. For my job, I sit at a computer and email other coworkers and clientele. When I call clientele or email them, they ask me about what they want me to do, and they also want me to show them my design. I also call contractors so they can start building the design that I made. After I do that, I go and draw up designs. Career choices. My top 3 career choices were architecture, nuclear engineering, and computer hardware engineering. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the job that you give up to have the one you want. I gave up nuclear engineering so I can enjoy architecture, trying to make blueprints so that people could build buildings. Three positive incentives. Every job has good things and bad. 3 positive incentives about being in architecture are working on computers, insurance is provided, and I don't have to work weekends. 3 negative incentives. 3 negative incentives about my job is a high-stress job. I can get fired if I don't get stuff done, and I have to drive to get to work. My spreadsheet shows that I get $50,000 a year, and that comes down to $4,166.66 a month. On my spreadsheet, I thought that the rental insurance would be $200, and my parents thought it would be $53, but it turned out to be $50. When it came down to federal tax, I thought it would be $200. My parents thought it would be $150, but it turned out to be $579. Pie graph. 9% of my pie graph is housing, because that covers my house rent and my rental insurance. 20% of my pie graph is transportation. That covers the car payment, property tax, car insurance, and a rough estimate of gasoline. 5% of my pie graph goes to utilities, which include phone, gas, electric, and city utilities. 25% of my pie graph goes to federal tax, state tax, Social Security, and Medicare. 5% of my pie graph goes to food so that I can eat. Only 1% of my pie graph is medical insurance, because my company pays for most of it. Toiletries is 1% of my pie graph so that I can look nice at my job. Discretionary, which includes clothing, savings, entertainment, is 26% of my pie graph. 8% is all the schooling that I did so that I could get the job that I wanted. 3 trade-offs. I had to give up some things to be able to balance my budget. I gave up pets so I could get a nicer car. I gave up public transportation so I could pay for my car. And I gave up being alone so that I could have a roommate to help pay for it. My resume shows that I completed a 5-year Bachelor of Arts degree, 3 years of apprenticeship, and a 9-part exam to become licensed. I attended the University of Kansas. My references are Fred Finley of Stanley's Construction, and Bill Farley of the University of Kansas. It includes the skills I have of being flexible, that I work well with others, am creative, and motivated. My letter of application is to Bob Hanks of Hanks Architecture. I applied for an architecture job. In it, I included information of my qualifications and asked for an interview. While doing my research, I found the following websites helpful. Fashion Entertainment, where I got one of my articles. Mapping Your Future helped me decide what careers that would be good for me. University of Kansas, where I found how much my college education would cost. Bureau of Labor and Statistics showed me information about my job. I See Careers is a site with assessments that help me find a job that I'm suited for. I came across two interesting articles while researching. My first article is an interview with an architect, and the second is about 3D printing and how it is starting to be used to build small structures and things they are going to build in real form. As you see, my job has its ups and downs, but that doesn't stop me from doing this job. And every job has its ups and downs. I hope that whatever you do, you stay working as hard as you can and never stop.